BQuanchi here, back at it again, doing another tier list video, another Pokemon one as well. So now we're doing Gen 4 Diamond and Pearl. And like with the other tier list videos, there is going to be a link for the exact tier list I used for this video. I would like this one, like the other Pokemon ones, they do a good job with the sprites. They do include Mega Evolutions as well as alternate forms, like alternate forms of Burmy, and Wormadam, and which one called like the Chirim's like shade form or whatever, and a different Rotom form. So for the sake of this tier list, we're just doing one form. If Pokemon has multiple forms, and no Mega Evolutions. And honestly, I haven't played like there was a big gap in my Pokemon playing from Gen 4 to Gen 8. I did play 5. I did play 5 a bit. I don't think I beat it. It's kind of surprising, but I never touched 6 or 7 and all that. And yeah, and also there's going to be a link to my other tier list videos as well. And then comment below what you think of this tier list. My only complaint about this template is that it just has S to D. I kind of wish it would have like E or F, but it does have S, so some stop at A, some don't. So let's get things started. So if you see my other tier list videos, I even forget how I rank them. It's been a while, but I always put starters pretty highly. So even the first form. So let's knock that. So Turtwigs, but I do I feel like I'm gonna mispronounce names. I have to like reference that as well. I know it's like Torterra. Yeah, Torterra. Okay, yeah. I think this is one of my favorite grass starters because it has a unique dual type and it fully evolves. So the grass and ground is pretty cool. I haven't seen too much. We have seen like grass and poison Gen 1. Didn't just grass type. I was like grass goes from, even though I never played Sun and Moon, I did, Decidueye, Rowlet appeared in other games as well, like Arceus. And even though he has different Final Evolution typing in Arceus than he does in Sun and Moon. So I do like Decidueye. I'm trying to think of other. I think they had a grass fighting one as well. That's the one I like really don't know too much about. And then we have Chimchar. I'm gonna give his first two forms A and then S. You know, it's another firefighting. I think there's 3 starters that become firefighting when they fully evolve. And sometimes they give them the second type on this second stage. And then we have Piplup in pretty much the same ranking. And Napoleon, it's also one of my favorite. I think that's why this is one generation I really like. I like the Water Steel. I think that's really cool typing. Although, like in later games, because we just had like Water, and then Gen 3 I like Water Ground, and then what do we have? I think 5 was just Water again, and then we had, I know Water Fairy was Sun and Moon, but I forget what was X and Y. Jeez, what's the water started in X and Y? I'm totally spacing out on that. But oh well. God, driving crazy. Was it also Water Ground or what was? Okay, now I'm just gonna focus on this. If I ever do Gen 5, I think. Let me know also in the comments if you want me to do all the gens, even though I'm not too familiar with them. But what did X and Y? God, it's on the tip of my tongue. What was it? Because for Gen 8, the water one is okay. That's one thing I don't like about Sword and Shield is they only had one type, and I hope that changes with Scarlet and. If I'm probably gonna upload this video or post it after Scarlet and Violet. But you know what? It's driving me crazy. Let me look that up. Greninja, that's it. Okay, I probably just edited my little research just to avoid showing my Google search history. But yeah, Greninja. Okay, that was a cool one too because Water Dark. Okay, moving on. Let's focus. So, I don't like the birds as much, normal flying. Because that's always annoying because the normal kind of like gets some weakness to fighting. versus resistance. I don't know why they do the normal flying type so much. That for my, I'll give it a C. Bidoof, he's cute. But I'm gonna give it a D. But I like how they add water, and I know he's like one of the HM slaves back in the day, where you teach him like surf and strength and all that. What? I'll give him a B for versatility in that he's one of the first Pokemon that you encounter that doesn't stay normal, that he gets a little water typing. I don't like bugs, so even with his evolved form, I don't care. Shinx, I really like a really cute electric one. I don't see too many that have 3 stages, although we had what is the sheep from Gen 2. I'll give him an A. I don't think he quite deserves an S tier and all that, but and then Rosalina, it's kind of neat that they give him a more stages, but I don't really care too much for baby Pokemon, and that's pretty cool. I'm gonna give this an A. You know, it's grass poison. It's kind of unique evolution, all that. Not a fossil Pokemon. I think I didn't mention this list, but we're just focusing on Pokemon introduced in this generation. Even though the Diamond Pearl game had a lot more Pokemon in this, we're just focusing on ones that are new to the generation. So I really like the prehistoric Pokemon, the fossil one, because it seemed more like dinosaurs. I believe Gen 2 didn't have any. Gen 1 was pretty cool. Although I mostly like Aerodactyl. Like, oh, even Kabutops is pretty cool. But I feel like this gen, they really felt like dinosaurs, but they really mixed it up to make it look like Pokemon. But I'm going to give them B and then A for the evolution. So we got... God, names just slipped me. Let me just pull that up so I'm not, like, avoiding saying all the names. So we have Cranidos and Rampardos, and then Sheldon and Bastionon. Okay, yeah, so that feels like a good ranking. And then, again, I'm not going to include all the forms. I think it was at least interesting that they had, like, oh, this is Bug Grass, this is Bug Rock, Bug Steel, but I don't really care for it. Maybe the evolution, I'll give it up. And I also had a split evolution, like females become this one and keep the dual typing versus the male one. Yeah, I'll give it a C as well. And then Combi, give it D. Kind of useless, especially the male ones can't evolve, only the female ones, so kind of useless. But I do. This is probably more my favorite bug Pokemon in this generation, so I'm gonna give Vespiquen a B. So it's like when Elite Four has it as a Pokemon, all that. And then what's his name? Let me look up. Pachirisu, kind of more harder name to say. The Pikachu knockoff of this generation, and I don't care for it at all. I kind of wish I had more interesting going. That's a shame. Like some of the Pikachu clones don't have evolutions, even though Pikachu does. So get a D. I don't care for that one as much. I do like Abusil. I think this is like an otter. I'm gonna give a B and A for its evolution. I really like that water type as well. It's fun to see like water types that aren't just a fish, because I feel like that they use that a lot. Like obvious like creatures that live in the ocean versus like mammals that are kind of aquatic. And then Cherubi and Cherum, I don't give for them too much D. I'm gonna give it a D, a C. Even its evolution, I don't care for it too much, but I'm gonna give it a C. Be a little nice. And then Shellos and Gastrodon. I feel like a C is good. I like the how they change it up. Like if you're on a different side of the region, you can get different colors. It does get the ground typing when it evolves to water ground, which I do like. So I'm gonna give his evolution an A. Then, what's this one? Ambipom. And normal, okay, now we're starting to get, because they added a bunch of interesting evolutions as well in the Gen 4 from like previous games. A lot like Gen 1, I think a lot of Gen 2 got extra evolutions. This one, just because it's normal type, I don't care for it. I'm going to give it a C. Ooh, and then we have probably one of my more favorite ghost types. We have Difflume and Blim. Okay. Flying Ghost. Could it be? I'm gonna give its evolution an S. I was looking at like a shiny form where it's like nice and gold and yellow, although maybe kind of piss yellow. But I do like the Flying Ghost combination. Then we have binary. Normal types are boring. Even though this they give it a mega evolution to its Lopunny, and some people think it's a little bit more smashable, and to kind of use a euphemism. But yeah, I don't really care for the binary ones. I like the evolution to give to God, I forget the first form, but in Gen 2 this ghost one, but Miss Magius. I also like kind of like the witchy hat, so I'm gonna give this one an A. It's one of my favorite ghost Pokemon as well. And then we have Honchkrow. God, I should have reviewed the previous names. Now that all still in my mind, but it's Murkrow, yeah, Murkrow. Evolution, it's okay design. I do like Dark Flying, even though it's Dark is weak against fighting as well, so it's almost as bad as fighting flying. But Dark is a little more useful in terms of like against Psychic. So I like the combination, kind of unique. Then we have Glameow and Peruggy. So boring, normal type. So I'm gonna give that one a D and C. Then we have Chingling. D. This is kind of interesting that they give this Pokemon. I forget. It was also a Gen 2 Pokemon, but they gave it surprisingly a baby form, and we also get more babies as well. So I don't know. I don't know anyone who likes this Pokemon, so I'll give it a D. And we have Skunky and Skuntank. They have fun designs, have like the little butt face and all that. Poison Dark, like an interesting combination as well. I'll give it a B and then an A. Next, we have Bronzor and Bronzor. Psychic Steel. I think I like Metagross, his line in the previous generation, a little bit more. But for this one, pretty cool. I do like this typing, so I'm going to give a B and an A. Then we have more babies, which I don't care about the baby evolution Pokemon. So there's a give one to Sudowoodo, which I don't care. Mr. Mime, I don't care. Chansey, especially since it's normal, I don't care. So again, don't care too much about the babies. And then what was this one? Is it like Tripod, or let me make sure I'm not saying that wrong. Chatot. Normal flying, it's kind of boring because there's no like evolution or anything. I remember on a DS, like I think you can record your own voice as the cry, so it'll come out about it and it will yell your cry that record for it. So I thought that was pretty cool. Like a little neat mechanic with the DS. I don't think that carried over to other games, although I'm not sure about the like DS and 3DS. But I remember that in Diamond Pearl, like you can record the voice because its head is a music note, can based on sound. Then we have Spiritomb. I guess you can think this is mythical because it's like only one in the game typically. I really like the Dark Ghost because I think that's the only combination. I'm not sure if they had any other combinations that have no weaknesses. Because I think I know Ghost is weak against Ghost, but Dark resists that, and then Dark is weak against fighting, but since Ghost is immune to that, all that. So I'm gonna give it an S. I don't use it too much, but I really like the typing of it. Then the dragon for this generation. I think this is one of my more favorite ones. Someone just pointed out like how there's a lot of ground Pokemon who look aquatic, especially in this generation as well. So even though it kind of looks more like a shark, it's dragon ground. So I'm going to give a C for its first form. Its second form, I'm going to give that an A, and then S tier for Garchomp. They have Munchlax. Maybe this is just because of design. I'm going to give it a C. Even though he's normal, even though he's a baby, I think just design alone, I like him more than the other baby Pokemon. Then I think this is the last baby Pokemon of this list. Railu. I think maybe because he's fighting, I do like his evolution. I'm going to give him a C as well. Lucario, S tier. not my favorite fighter in Smash, but I really like him in Pokemon. It's a good combination, so I do like that one a lot. Then we have look, is it like the Hippo one? So Hippopotos and Hippowdon. Okay, I'm ground type decent. I'm gonna give that a C, and I'm gonna give this one an A. And then we have Scorerepi and Drapion. I'm gonna give it a C. I don't like the bug Pokemon all too much. Maybe because I like his design better. So for like a first stage bug Pokemon, he gets ranked a little bit higher than the other ones. It's in Skuntank because Poison Dark is kind of a unique combination, but we have two in this generation. So I'm gonna give him an A. It's gonna be up there with Skuntank. And also I like this one, Croagunk and Toxicroak. So I'm going to rank them the same way. So his first form, I'm going to give him a C, and his second form, an A. Is it Carnivine? I don't think too much about this Pokemon. It seems kind of boring. I prefer to use any other grass types, but I'm going to give it a C. Like, I wish they would do more with it. If it gave it like an evolution with maybe an additional type, it would be more interesting. I don't like the water type fish as much. Especially this one seems very generic for a Pokemon. So Finian and Luminion, I'll rank them low. I'll at least give the evolution a bump. This one, Antike, kind of weird if they give this Pokemon a, I guess you can say baby form as well. This one doesn't feel too much as a baby compared to other ones. It's at the water flying, so it's a little bit more unique, or it can get zapped by electric attacks, but I'll give it a C. And then I really like Snover's and Abomasnow, like the ice grass combination. I'm gonna give him a B. I'm actually going to go up to S for him. And then Weevil, Sneevil's evolution. Kind of interesting that they give this random evolution. I'm going to give it an A. I'm also going to give Magnezone A as well. Because third stage, kind of interesting. Like I think like they also introduced like new ways to evolve. Like I think with Magnezone you had to be near something, or in that one mountain. Also with that one rock Pokemon with the nose, Nose Pass, yeah, which he's also on this list. And then like also they had to be holding a certain item, or with Licky Licky it had to have a certain move. Could be a little generous for a normal type. I'm gonna give it a B. It's kind of silly as well. Then you have Rhyperior. I really like Rhydon. He's one of my favorites in Gen 1. And you got this really cool badass evolution. Even though I find it annoying they had to like trade with a specific item. I know in Arceus they made it convenient. I think, is he in Arceus? It has to be, because yeah. So you just use item versus trading, but he's S class. Tangrowth, I'm gonna give a B. And maybe because I like Electabuzz and Magmar so much in Gen 1, I'm gonna give their evolution. Let me make sure. Electivire and Magmortar. I really like the designs as well. They really feel like a really cool evolution of the previous forms. So I'm going to give them an S class, even the simple one typing. And then we have Togekiss. Togepi gets a third evolution as well. I'm going to give that an A. And then Yanmega. And that's like an evolution of Yama. Okay, the list is getting a little bloated, but I'm going to give the B. Kind of high for bug type, but yeah, I think that's especially with Vespiquen. I do like my evolutions. I like the ones they added in this game, because I think you had to be by Mossy Rock and like an Icy Stump or something like that. I forget exactly. I'm gonna give them an A. And then I think Gligar was the previous form. Gliscor is pretty cool. I like the ground flying. Okay, I was thinking S rank, but I feel A is more appropriate. Although for Mamoswine, I'm gonna give this an S because I really like this one a lot too. Um, Porygon Z. I think it was pretty cool that they gave Porygon an additional evolution. Even though I don't use Porygon on my team very often, could be being a normal type. I'm just gonna give it a B. I like the design, like kind of like the lore. Like I guess he's like a virus or something. And then we have Gallade. Probably, I know they have a few. Maybe the one other one that's fighting psychics. I think he's my favorite, so I'm gonna give him an S. Yeah, Probopass, because I just don't care for his design as much. I think he gained a steel type in this evolution. Didn't have that when he was Nosepass, but I think it's a B. Oh, and then this was another one. They added some evolutions to Dusknoir and Frostlass. I'm gonna give it an S. I'm being a little generous with the S ranking. I think compared to my other videos, I'm trying to remember my ranking for previous Pokemon games. But yeah, I really like third stage Pokemon, especially unique one. And also I like now they have like ghosts that aren't like ghost poison, which kind of defeats the case. They have Rotom. They're just doing one form. I'm gonna give it an A. I don't really use them all that much. I do like the mechanic that he can change form that affects his typing as well. So I'm finding ghost Pokemon as well. Now I'm getting to the mystical Pokemon. And usually I rank them pretty high. But for the trio, like I feel like every Pokemon game has a trio of legendary Pokemon. But this one, all of them are psychic. Like, at least the previous game had more unique stuff like the dogs, in Gold and Silver, or the flying birds, legendary birds. This one I just find boring. Like this looks more boring design. Maybe kind of fun lore, but these are my least favorite legendary Pokemon. I think also this generation got bloated as well. So some of them I really like, but some I don't. So I'm gonna put the trio. Was it A? That's Yuxi, Mispirit, and Azilf. Now I'm gonna get B. Oh, that's but of course the legendary. I think these are also my favorite like mascot legendaries that are on the cover. So I really love Dialga and I really like Palkia. So they get the S tier up here. Also, I really like Heatran because I don't think they really have another Fire Steel unless I'm mistaken. We like that one, so he gets an S. Regigigas, just because it's a normal, that's disappointing. Kind of cool design too, but I'm gonna give it an A, just because of its design's a little bit better. Then we have Giratina, and also S1. My favorite, I think that's the only Ghost Dragon we see in the Pokemon series, but I really like that one. I'm not including its other form in the tier list because you can see there's the Mega Evolutions in other form. Also like Chrysler, even though it's another Psychic legendary. I think it's just Psychic. I don't think it has a dual type. Let me double check. Yeah, just Psychic. I think it's more interesting. Has like some fun lore with it. So also gets an S class. And then these like the mystical one, kind of like the Mew or the Celebi or Jirachi of this generation. I think it's Fione. Then it can actually breed and get an egg, which is Manaphy. I find them very boring, but I'm not sure how good they are because I never played them with them until I got Arceus. But I'm gonna give them B for being mystical, but one of my least favorite mystical ones out of the series. And then Darkrai. I think we're getting to more mystical Pokemons. Darkrai, definitely S. I think it's just dark. Yeah, not Dark Ghost, but just dark. It would have been cool if he was Dark Ghost because he really has that ghost vibe, and also that would make him have no weaknesses. But yeah, he's a really cool one. And then Seaman, which one of the other mystical, I think a lot of the mystical ones are like event ones. They had to get in limited time, but you can get them in like Arceus, which I think with Pokemon Home you can move into other games in the future. I'm not sure how they can include it, but see, they seem like a little small enough. I'm gonna give it an A. Then last we have Arceus. Even though he's technically a normal type, he has like that mechanic where you can put plates to change his typing. So definitely got to give him an S, especially the role in Pokemon Legend Arceus. So that will do it for my tier list. So kind of looking through again, I'm not going to include all the alternate forms and mega evolutions, all that, even though they're on this list. Again, you can find this template in the description below. Let me know what Pokemon, like, what if you agree with my list, what I did wrong, all that. But I think this is a pretty good representation of Gen 4, so I'm happy with it. So, anyways, again, the best way to support me is to like, comment, and subscribe. Check out my other videos, not just my tier list, but I do stream gaming as well, so you can follow on Twitch, on Twitter, all that. But that'll do it for today. So you all take care and have a good rest of your day. Bye.